Hey, how's it going? And welcome to this cool location shoot. So for this particular shoot, I'm just gonna play around, not gonna do a whole lot of talking, and just kind of really show you how I work through my progression in terms of shooting a model on location. I'm gonna take some shots. I have a 50mm lens. I'm actually recording my screen so you can kind of see what's happening as I'm shooting. And I'm gonna take some with the natural light as is, and then I'm gonna also show you what happens when you add a strobe to the mix to be able to mix with this good sunlight that's coming in. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so let's grab the camera here. I see. So one thing that you're gonna make sure that you understand, like as a photographer, you're always going to be in an ever-changing environment, meaning the sun could be going in and out of shadows, and you have to understand how to adjust real time to be able to get your shot. So right now, we are taking this shot without any strobe. So right now, I have my camera set to 250 at 6:3 at 100 ISO. So let's see what that looks like. Nice, and let me have you just stay right there, just kind of looking away right in there. It's perfect right there, stay there. Good. It's perfect. Good. Yep, keep moving right in there. It's perfect, just like that. Nice, love that. Good, stay just like that, hold that. Good, stay there, hold it. Good. Good. Okay, so what we're seeing with these particular shots, I like how it looks, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw the background a little bit more out of focus, because you see at 6.3, the focus is pretty cool, but it's kind of losing the artistic effect that I would want to create, especially because we have all these cool elements here. Having some in and out of focus and playing around with the depth would definitely look cool. So let's kind of do that now, okay? So right now, this is at 6.3. So let's open this thing up to, let's go all the way down to about 1.8. So as you can see at 1.8, it's definitely let in a lot more light. So to compensate for that, to balance out, especially to make sure that her shirt is not super blown out like that, we're gonna change our shutter speed, because you see the ISO is already at 100 because we are in the daytime, okay? So now that my shutter speed is about 400, that looks good to me. So let's try to take this shot here. 1, 2, 3, nice. Okay, perfect, stay there, hold it right in there, hold that. See if I can catch a little bit of the focus right in there. And just slide this out of the way just a tad there, so we can catch. There we go, perfect, just like that. Hold it right there, and we can maybe hold just a tad of that detail, and looking towards this way, looking forward for it, just like that. Hold it right there, stay there, hold that. Chin up just a tad. Nice, just like that. Hold it right there, stay there, hold that. Dope. Nice, just like that. Hold it. It's perfect. Open those eyes right there. Hold that. 1, 2, 3. Good. Nice. Love that. So now let me have you step over this way just a tad. You can stay where you are. Yep. And maybe playing with the ponytail or doing something along those lines. Hold it right there. Good, just like that. Hold up. Good, and hold it up just a tad bit more so I can kind of see it a little bit. There you go, right in there. Good, stay there. Good, hold it right there. Hold it just like that. Let me slide around this way some. Let's catch some from this angle and see what that looks like. That way we kind of have a little bit more room to play around here. So this looks cool. So let's try to lower that angle just a tad. And that looks a little bright, so I'm gonna actually increase my shutter speed a little bit more here. Okay, right in there, just like that. Hold that, stay there, and looking towards this way. Nice, just like that. Hold it right there, stay there. Good, and maybe holding the jacket towards the bottom just a tad, or pull it closed, just pull your jacket closed just a tad. Nice. Yep, right in there. Hold it right there. Stay there. Good. Nice. Stay there. Hold it right in there. Love it. Stay there. Good. Perfect. Nice. Okay. So now we see what we can do with the natural light. So let's just add a little bit more drama to the mix, and let's see what we can get with the strobe to be able to pull a little bit more detail out of the sky and just create a different look here. So let me put this back on the tripod for a second so you can kind of see what's going on as I'm setting up the strobe. Let's flip that on, just make sure the camera's still recording, and it is. So I'm gonna stop and start this. Okay. Nice. Perfect. Let me catch some just like that. Get your head kind of how you have it right there. Put this light right here. Nice. All right, do a quick test shot there. Perfect. So let's play around with the strobe. Let's just kind of do a little test right there, see what that looks like. And then now for this, I'm gonna change my aperture just a tad to about 2.8. And then let's go ahead and go with the high speed sync for this one, which means that I can actually take photos at a higher shutter speed than you would normally be able to when you're shooting with the flash. Okay, stay there. Let me bump this down a tad. Good. Hold it right in there. Stay there. Hold it right in there. Right where you're looking right there. Hold that. Okay. Perfect. Just like that. Hold it right in there. Stay there. Good. See if we can catch a little bit of the sky. Perfect. Just like that. Hold that. Nice. Stay there. Good. Stay where you are. Good. Perfect right there. Stay there. Here we go. Careful there. Good. So this lens is a little bit tighter than I would like. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch the lens out to maybe a 24 to 70 and kind of see what looks we can create with that. Okay, cool. So let's do that. So let's stop it for now and switch it out. Okay, so both cameras are recording. So now we have the wide angle lens, and I'm gonna play around just because this is typically a little wider than I would shoot a person with, but I think it'll make for a cool shot because of what's happening with the background and everything. Nice, stay there. Hold it right there. And maybe step back just a tad, straight back. Perfect, about right there. Just like that, hold it right there. Good. Nice, stay there. It's pretty. Good. Nice, just like that, hold up. It's perfect. Good. Nice, stay there. I'm gonna bump my shutter speed down just a tad, let it in a little bit more light. Okay. Nice. Here we go. Really? Let's see, just like that, hold it right there. You can put the phone away. I can see it there. Okay, perfect right in there. Good, stay where you are. Let me bump the light down some. Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay, yep, keep moving right in there. Good. And actually, let me have you almost as if you kind of like standing, like right in here and stand long, kind of like stretch your body out just a tad. Let me see what that looks like with it being a wide shot there. There you go. But step back to where the light is though. There you go, right there. Nice, stay there. Let's catch some more of these. In the shot there. Yep, there you go. Still looking away, yep. Good, right there, stay there. Good. Good. Okay. Nice. Stay where you are. Nice. Yeah, we got you. Step on in. It's cool.
You know what I mean? Like in the middle of it?
Hold on 1 second. Let me put the light on this side. Stay where you are. Which side you want? Which side you going? So I can just angle the light towards that way. I'm just knocking these little poor things out of the way. Here we go. Right in there. Good. Stay where you are. Hold it just like that. Hold up. Good. Okay. Just catch a wider shot. See that face though? Okay. Here we go. Can't see your face. Right there. Here we go. Okay. Looking away though. Good. Right there where you looking. Right there. Hold that right there. Hold that. And just pull that forward just a tad. Pull this one forward just a tad, just so it's not in your face right there. Nice. Stay there. Hold it right in there. Hold that. Let's catch some of these right in here. Good. Right there. Nice. Stay there. Good.